Good morning, Ekoji, and welcome to our Sunday morning service. My name is Da, and I will be your service chair today. We are grateful for your presence. Today's service is being live streamed on Zoom and YouTube. If you are new to Ekoji, you will find in the back of each seat pocket this laminated guide, which will help you through the service and answer many questions you may have regarding the service order, as well as the history and the essentials of Shin Buddhism. Our main priority is keeping our Sangha a safe place to hear the Dharma. Although we are very happy to see each other, please be mindful of each other's comfort levels and keep your masks on at all times. Thank you for your understanding. On the Naijin today is our resident minister, Reverend Naiaki Hayashi, and certified assistant, Bob Shimokachi. Now it is time for meditation and recitation of the Nembusu.
Meditation provides a pause that prepares our mind to receive the Dharma, the Buddha's teachings. Please place your hands on your lap, lower your head slightly, close your eyes, and release tension for meditation. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Please find the laminated sheet in your service book. We will now sing the Vandana Tisarana, the three refuges. Please rise. Please be seated. Please turn to page 49 in your service book. We will now chant the Junie Ride. This morning, the Dharma message will be given by Reverend Hayashi.
Before I get into my Dharma talk, I would just observe a moment of silence for all the victims in the incident of the Robb Elementary School in Texas. Please hold on. Please close your eyes. Please join me in Basho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday Dharma service. As many of you know, our denomination of Shin Buddhism is part of a larger Buddhist stream called Mahayana. Like Zen Buddhism, which I believe many of you are familiar with, along with Tendai Buddhism, Esoteric Buddhism, Nichiren Buddhism, Flower Garland Buddhism, etc. So these are all part of this Mahayana stream, along with our denomination. And besides Mahayana, there are other two major streams, Theravada and Vajrayana. But the characteristic of our Mahayana stream is the emphasis on the idea of bodhisattva. There are many ways to understand what bodhisattva is, and it kind of depends on which path or which denomination you are in. But there's many ways to interpret this idea of bodhisattva. According to the book, The Teaching of Buddha, by the way, is available in the foyer area. So in this book, it says bodhisattva is originally the name bodhisattva was used to indicate Shakyamuni Buddha before attaining enlightenment. And after the rise of Mahayana, which occurred after Shakyamuni Buddha's death, all those who were striving for Buddhahood came to be called bodhisattvas. And today, a bodhisattva is taken to mean those who are trying to lead others to the Buddhahood by means of their great compassion, while striving themselves for the same goal. The famous Tibetan master, Choyam Trungpa Rinpoche, says, bodhisattva is a person who lives in the spirit of Buddhism's bodhisattva vow, committing to put others before oneself, to give up one's own well-being, even one's own enlightenment, for the sake of all others. So currently, I think this is the way Bodhisattva is understood. So Bodhisattva is the ideal way of being, cultivating deep compassion and always reaching out to others. I think this idea of Bodhisattva is important not only for Buddhists, but for basically everyone, since we all live in this interconnected world. However, in reality, it's very challenging to do what Bodhisattva can do. For instance, there's a story I recently heard from one of my colleague minister of a person who lost his best friend. So this guy and his friend grew up together. They went to the same college. They lived in the same city, and were always in contact, even though they worked at different companies. However, his friend was suffering from depression. And this guy knew that his friend was suffering from depression, and so he was trying to, support as much as he can. He will always check on him, answer his phone, even in the middle of the night, and would sometimes visit his apartment to check out, how he was doing. However, at one point, this guy got promoted, and he was asked to move to headquarters, which was located in a different state. A few weeks later, his friend committed suicide and passed away. After hearing about this tragedy, he blamed himself, thinking that his friend would not have died if he didn't move away. And he says he still feels guilty because he believes that there was more that he could have done. So in this story, this person wanted to help his friend as much as he can out of deep compassion, just like a bodhisattva. But was he a bodhisattva? No, he was an ordinary human being. There was so little what he could do for his friend. Therefore, he had limitations on how much he could actually do for his friend. After all, he had a job, a career, and his own life. But the lack of awareness of his limitations made him feel guilty when it is unnecessary to do. I think we can all resonate with this person and understand what he's feeling. We all want to help others as much as possible. But we all have a limit to what we can actually do for others. The lack of awareness of our limitations can make us punish ourselves, just like this person. Because of that, I think it's very important to understand why Shakyamuni Buddha put the emphasis on knowing yourself in his teaching. In Buddhism, there are many ways to discover yourself. In Shin Buddhism or in Pure Land Buddhism, Amida Buddha helps us discover ourselves. In the Mahayana stream, the truth of enlightenment experienced by Shakyamuni Buddha is expressed in many forms of a Buddha. That is why we say in Mahayana Buddhism, there are many Buddhas. In Shin Buddhism, Amida Buddha is the expression of the truth of enlightenment, which is wisdom and compassion. We all have wisdom and compassion within ourselves, but as I said, we also have limitations, limits to them. The unlimited wisdom and compassion are expressed as Amida Buddha. Thus, Amida Buddha is also called the Buddha of immeasurable wisdom and immeasurable compassion. Although the truth of enlightenment is expressed as Amida Buddha, the nature of Amida Buddha is ultimately inconceivable. In this regard, Shinran, the founder of our denomination of Shin Buddhism, said, Amida Buddha is beyond all logic, for it is beyond description, beyond understanding, and beyond conception. The ultimate nature of Amida Buddha is beyond our comprehension. Thus, Amida Buddha is inconceivable. Inconceivable means that we cannot understand it through our logic or reason. However, it is important for us to keep on seeking the inconceivable, even though it is inconceivable. It is because in the process of seeking the inconceivable, we come to understand ourselves. When we seek the inconceivable nature of Amida Buddha, what we get is not an answer, but more and more questions. What is Amida Buddha? Is Amida Buddha a deity? Does Amida have a gender? Does Amida Buddha exist? If we had no limits, then these questions should already be solved and we should have a solid answer. But the fact is that in the end, no one has come to a point where he or she could say, I understand Amida Buddha completely. Thus, there is a limit to how much we can understand Amida Buddha. In fact, the existence of the word inconceivable itself reveals our limitations. Because if we did not have any limitations, then why would we even need that word, inconceivable? Thus, Shin concluded that with deep trust in Amida Buddha's vow, one comes to a genuine awareness of one's limitation. However, the inconceivable nature of Amida Buddha not only reveals our limitations. When our limitation, what we are incapable of doing, is shown, then we come to see what we are actually capable of doing. This understanding of what we are capable of doing leads us to what we can do for others. What is most important is the awareness of both, what we are incapable of doing and what we are capable of doing. When you are aware of both, what you cannot do and what you can do, this awareness allows you to pause and to think before taking an action. I believe this is a way we can help others most effectively and not burn out, get resentful, or feel overwhelmed. In this way, through the inconceivable Amida Buddha, we come to know our weakness and also our strength, that is who we truly are. Thus, seeking Amida Buddha is to discover yourself. Please join me in Gassho. By reciting the Nembutsu Namo Amida Butsu, the name of Amida Buddha, we are reminded what makes our individual lives even more meaningful and reminded of the immeasurable wisdom and compassion in times of need. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
It is now time for the ritual of Oshoko, the burning of incense. This is a time to quietly contemplate and reflect on the impermanence of life. Oshoko involves drawing incense from a shared bowl. We understand that individual comfort levels may differ. We offer this option to those who are comfortable doing so, but note that this ritual is not required. We invite you to come over to the table, offer Gassho, and should you wish, place any dana, which is our offering of gratitude to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha, in the bowl on the table. Dana is self-giving. and is used to support Ekoji's facilities, temple materials, our service books, and important programs and activities. The Basho is to place our palms together through the circle of beads and a nenji, and is an expression of gratitude. By doing this, we welcome into ourselves the three treasures, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. If you are new and would like to participate but feel unsure about the steps involved, a Sangha member wearing an okesa will be available in the rear of the Hondo. Today we have Eric and Molly. They will accompany you and walk you through the process. Please approach mindfully, and once finished, please return to your seats via the side aisles where we have placed hand sanitizer on both the left and the right. And our pianist today is Samantha. Reverend Hayashi will now lead us in closing meditation and recitation of the message. Now it is time for our Sangha announcements. We may have one or two. Weekly meditation continues on Thursday evenings at 7:30 p.m. here in the Hondo, hosted by Frank Swithers and Roger Scott. No registration is needed, so please come as you are. Please also join our Dharma discussion group following this service. To participate, simply pull up a chair around the computer or stay on the Zoom line. Planning for Obon 2022 is underway and your help is needed. The next team captain committee meeting is scheduled for Sunday, June the 5th at 9 a.m. We will inventory supplies and equipment. All are welcome to attend and your help is needed. Also on Sunday, June the 5th at 10 a.m. is our monthly temple cleanup. Please join us to vacuum, dust, and clean the Hondo. No experience is needed. On Saturday, June 25th at 10 a.m. will be the Obon Stage Assembly. Strong people with tools are needed to help set up for our festival. Then on Sunday, June 26th, we will have a Buddhist movie discussion group. All are welcome. The movie will be the documentary Wheel of Time, and the discussion will be in the Ekoji Zoom room. Also on Sunday, the 26th, and again on Sunday, July 3rd at 1 p.m., there will be the Obon dance rehearsals. If you are interested in learning the dances, please join us at Ekoji for these practices. We will record the session for those who would like to practice at home. And Saturday, July 9th is Obon. A minimum of 100 volunteers is needed. Please pick your jobs and times by visiting ekoji.org, where you can find the link to the sign-up page. Your early commitment to volunteer will be essential to our planning, so please take the time to reserve July 9th on your calendar and plan to spend some time serving your greater community. Also, you can order a memorial candle for your loved ones who have passed on, which will be placed in the garden for the candlelight service, which concludes the Obon Festival. Just visit ekoji.org and find the link on the first page. The following Sunday, July 10th at 11 a.m., Ekoji will conduct a hybrid Obon and Hatsubon memorial service for our loved ones who have passed away since the last Obon in 2021. This is a special time to light a memorial candle during the Hatsubon service. If you have lost a loved one, a dear friend, or a family member during this past year and would like to participate in the Hatsubon service, please either email ekoji.info@gmail.com by July 5th or complete the registration form online at ekoji.org, where you will provide information on your loved one and your contact information. Your loved one does not have to be a member of Ekoji or even a Buddhist. For Amida Buddha's great vow of oneness with the universal truth includes all sentient beings. Our minister's assistants, and lay leaders will be available to answer any questions you may have about the service or Shin Buddhism. They will be present in the foyer following our conclusion, so please feel free to approach.
Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.